Late one night, as I stood in a parking lot, a police car arrived. The officers questioned my presence and demanded ID. I explained I was searching for my lost Rottweiler, Yani, a Rottweiler, who was on the loose, but they were uninterested in that. They had other interests. Check out my story and leave a comment on what you would have done. Enjoy. Once, when my dog was still young, he was allowed to run free near a beach surrounded by a forest. It was late one evening, and after a bit of training, I thought it was a good idea to let my Rottweiler, named NATO, a 1 year old Rottweiler, run around the beach as a reward for being cooperative while training. Figure me. Suddenly, he spotted a hare and took off. I ran after him, but I couldn't keep up. So I searched everywhere. He had chased the hare towards some trees, so I looked there too. To my dismay, the trees concealed a steep 90-degree cliff with a 50-meter drop straight down to the beach rocks. I scoured a large area of the cliff base, but there was no sign of him among the rocks either. So night had fallen, making it even harder to find a black Rottweiler. After some time, every shout of his name was met only with the wind's whisper, echoing like a dog's bark. I realized I was imagining it. So I stopped the search and I called a friend with a well trained search dog who knew NATO for help. While waiting, I contacted the police to see if they could assist in finding my loose Rottweiler. Just as the emergency operator picked up, a police car pulled into the parking lot where I was waiting. I thought someone had alerted them to my situation. Boy, but I was mistaken. The officers approached and questioned my presence there late at night. When I began explaining, they interrupted me, demanding my ID. I questioned their request as standing around wasn't illegal. I offered my ID on the condition that they assist in the search or arrest me for not showing it. They declined to engage further and left. Shortly after, my friend arrived with his dog. We resumed calling for NATO, and in the soft wind, I thought I heard him respond. After an hour, we were ready to leave, hoping someone would find him and contact me or the police. Before leaving, I called out for NATO one last time, and I could swear I heard a bark in the wind. My friend, he heard it too. So we decided to follow the sound with his dog. His dog started to pick up NATO's scent as well. The barks grew louder and louder, leading us to NATO, who was trying to escape an electric horse fence. Each call prompted him to jump, only to be shocked. As we neared, his joy was evident. In a final, determined leap, he crossed the fence, despite the shock, and ran to me. And man, could you see some sparks from the fence while he jumped through. There were luckily no horses in the enclosure at the time. He had probably chased the hare into the horse enclosure, but coming out was hindered by the way the electric fence was active on the inside. He had been trapped from 10 o'clock in the evening until 2 o'clock at night, repeatedly shocking himself against the fence while trying to escape, leaving a small burn mark on his fur. The lesson here is that insufficient training can lead to trouble for a dog and others. NATO wanted to return but lacked the discipline to resist the chase. Also, if a dog gets loose, police assistance may be unlikely. NATO was still learning, and I've since realized the hard way what I would do differently. First of all, I would have had him on a longer leash, a long leash, so he could be free but under my control. Second, I would work harder on the stop and recall commands. With that lesson learned, today I wouldn't fully trust even the best trained dogs until they are around the age of about 3 years old. Even with training, such a dog lacks experience. One day, somebody would have trained the dog to tolerate, for example, blue butterflies. But the next day, it wants to chase a green butterfly it has never seen before. Not that anybody trains their dogs for different colors of butterflies, but the point is being that that kind of experience development does not come until the dog has matured. Have you ever experienced your dog running away? What actions did you take? Did the police offer any help? Share your thoughts below, and if you have a great personal story you want me to make a video about, it could be anything really, contact me. And remember to subscribe.